What up, guys? Devil's Poet and Yankon here.
Hi.
Guess it's telling me to rotate the damn device. So, I guess we'll just hang out until people come.
I guess so. Just wait.
Hold this real quick then.
Yeah.
Coming live to you from my living room. My horrendously dirty living room. Just don't pan up to the left. That's embarrassing over there.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pull up a smoke and join in.
Damn.
Yeah, tell them we're not gonna start stories until we have people in here.
Yeah. Rotate the screen a different way. There we go. Easy to hold.
I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
Phone's upside down turned.
Easier to hold. Borby, welcome.
Hi, Borby.
Hi, Borby. A little devil shit. Here, now you hold it.
Okay. So now I'm fucking up.
Alright, well, tell your story.
So, Connie can relate to how creepy this fucking place is. She used to run the entire shopping center. I used to just do one spot of the shopping center.
Let me go to your story.
Laundry.
Hmm?
Laundry. That's what's up. Lots and lots of laundry. How was your Halloween, Borby? Right? Fucking laundry, dude. Fucking hate that shit. Okay, so I used to work the parking lots, and these parking lots were fucking creepy. Mind you, it was one person doing three level parking structures. Well, no, what? B has four?
I think they all have 3.
No, B has more because it has those two upper decks.
Oh yeah, they're.
So one parking structure has like 4 levels, and the other two have 3. So one person for the overnight shift has to go walk all 3 of those parking structures at one time. But I used to do it in like waves of an hour. Fuck that. Fuck walking. So there was this one night I was talking to a transient after I had just talked to him. Oh, for sure, Borby, for sure, for sure. So it was about 2 o'clock in the morning. I had just told this guy he had to move, and he was actually being kind of cool. So we kind of struck up a conversation. Out of nowhere, we started hearing this lady scream. Out of just scream from somewhere inside the parking structure. So me and this guy go looking for him, and one of the residents had even called that there was someone screaming. We go through parking lot B, through parking lot C, and then parking lot A. Couldn't find anyone screaming. Scared the fuck out of me for the night, and I stayed inside. And then, what about you, babe? Do you have anything to contribute to this story time?
Not at City Place. I have others at other locations.
Fuck. This is work time, so.
That's true. Well, because I remember once at Kim Porter's auctions over in Torrance,
Okay.
Carson. It was a time because I used to work late night shifts. Like,
Can I for a second?
yeah, sure.
Thank you, babe.
Here, take this, moderate, or just.
I'm just gonna grab a drink.
Alright. So, back in the old days where I used to work graveyard shift at Kim Porter's auctions. And this place was kind of terrifying. In the back area, it was like completely pitch black dark. Like you cannot see in front of you. Basically, that's how dark it was because no one turned on the light for us back there. See you. So when I was walking around, I kept like seeing shadows or like just something running towards inside the cars.
What?
Yeah, like behind the cars and everything. And that shit scared me. So I would always use a golf cart and drive around, but I still would see something in the corner of my eye, just like saying he's right here. And then to the corner of my eye, I see him, but he just disappears.
And then the fucking car alarm goes off. I mean,
Ooh.
that's some Twilight shit.
Yep. So there was this one night I was tired, like hella fucking tired, and you can pull this off as an illusion or anything,
Mm.
but I was dozing off a little bit, and like the lights were just brightening up, like that's what woke me up. I just looked up and I'm like, the hell is this? What the hell is this? So I look at the lights and they're brightening and they're starting to dim down a bit. I look to
What?
my left and I see this shadow thing just ran out from the back of the park, out of the back where they have all the old cars and everything and all the torn down cars. So it just ran right out, like sprinted out, and then once it got to the street, it disappeared.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that was like the most terrifying thing I've ever seen at work.
So, okay. I used to work for a different security company before I worked for the same company as Connie. For those of you that don't know, me and Jan Con met at work. I'm a rent-a-cop too,
Hmm.
unfortunately. So there was a time where I used to patrol for a school district, and this school district will be not named, just for respect and you know the reason they're a past client, so can't really mess with them. But I used to patrol about 30 plus schools at one point, and there was always one school in particular I hated to hit just because it was creepy. It had that. It was always dark. There were spots where that were completely blackout. It was one of those schools where you knew it was touched. So my break happened to land at that school at one point, and and I'm sitting in my car, and I had red light in my patrol unit, so I was kind of sitting there in the red light, you know, watching my phone, and I see this shadow run in front of my hood. Now I had my headlights off, so it could have been a kid trying to sneak past me, thinking I didn't see him. So I immediately, ooh, gives me the chills even thinking about this face. uh, I immediately go to investigate, and I see this shadow moving across the walls, and I'm starting to follow where it's going, and it runs out into a it runs out into a baseball field, and I can see where it's moving. And it stops in one of the dugouts. I shined my light into the dugout, and there was nothing in the dugout. Needless to say, I pulled the car into reverse and booked it out of the school. Had my lunch in front of people. Yeah, I hate schools now.
I would never patrol at a school. I've heard so many stories of Houston's days of freaking going
Which
to
Houston? White
uh,
Houston or Black
White
Houston?
Houston.
Ah.
Yeah. He used to tell me stories that he would work at Jordan High School, I think it was,
Oh,
and he would tell me that he would like hear like these little kids, like
your phone's low, babe.
well, whatever. I'll
No,
charge
the
it in a
charger's
bit.
right there.
Hey, worry about your phone, not mine.
Oh yeah, I got 18.
Yeah, you take it. Yeah,
Sorry.
well, he would tell me stories where he would hear like someone walking around in the hallways and all those like ghost adventure kind of shit. You hear
That's
footsteps.
crazy.
you hear voices, and I think he told me that someone was hung, like someone hung themselves over there.
No shit.
Mhm.
Okay, so there was another time at another school,
Mhm.
different school, unrelated, but this school had never had trouble from it. Never had any calls. Kind of just one of those schools where I knew I could just avoid it,
Mhm.
and it'd be okay. So on this particular night, I decided to go check it out. You know, just make sure everything's okay.
Mhm.
I would at least hit it once a week. So I'm walking around the school because it was a pretty well lit school, so I really wasn't nervous walking around it. I'm walking around, and then out of nowhere, the alarms start going off. I go, I'm like, what the frick? I start calling in. My dispatch starts calling me, hey, there's an alarm call at this particular school. Can you go investigate? And I'm like, I'm already here. I'm trying to find where the activation is.
Mhm.
Can you, give me about 5 minutes. If I need, backup, I'm going to go ahead and call for backup. So, I told him, give me 5 minutes. And if you don't hear from me, radio. You
Mhm.
know, 5 minutes goes by, and I'm like, I can't find the source of it. There's no signs of forced entry. I'm calling it code 4 at this point.
Mhm.
Scared the fuck out of me. Next thing you know, I feel something go
Back.
like that on my back.
That is creepy.
Yeah. So, fuck schools.
Yeah, and it's like it's not very it's not my like experience, but it's my mom's.
Oh,
Like
I can imagine your mom's got some really cool. We'll have to get her on a live stream,
she's not gonna do it.
telling some of her ghost stories.
Nope, because she don't believe in it. She just,
Really?
but she couldn't explain. It's because of my mom's never gonna be on the live stream. She doesn't do this kind of
Uh,
stuff. But I can tell her story, what she told me.
okay.
So she told me once when she was patrolling around the school because she works at the college.
Yeah. Which college does she work at again?
Uh,
We can't name it
no,
just out of respect.
yeah, it's in Wilmington, basically.
Oh, okay. I have an
Yeah,
idea.
it's the college over there. So she was working. She works there. So she was walking around the school,
Mm.
and they got like a call because alarms are going off in their classrooms.
What?
So my mom goes and checks it out. She like sees the door locked, so she might think, okay, they might have got in from the windows. They didn't get in from the windows. My mom opened the door, and the windows were shut, closed, and that like no one's ever been inside. It doesn't look like anyone was there rummaging around or anything.
Wow.
She could not explain it, and she was like terrified.
Jesus.
hmm
Oh my. Ugh.
And I've had so many experiences at that college too, because I used to go to it. So it would always be in the bathrooms over by the I don't remember what it was called, but it was a center where you can get student loans.
Oh shit.
Mhm.
So.
Sure.
That's creepy.
Yeah, like the only experiences I ever had is that the faucets would turn on by themselves.
That's fucking creepy.
Mhm.
Excuse my finger.
Yep. So the faucets would just turn on by themselves when I'm inside. Like it happened to me 3 or 4 times while I was in the bathroom.
Oh Jesus.
It didn't help that I had to go number two.
Damn.
That's
So
good.
Borby, how does it feel to see Yankon not playing video games for once?
I've done it before.
Yeah. I got her away for a couple days.
I know. Take me to Not Scary Farm, just take me home.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Any other scary stories you got?
Do you have anything?
Mm, all I have is just home related, or I haven't
This
had
is a
much at
work.
work.
We'll have
Yeah,
to tell some homework related ones later on in a different
yeah.
stream.
I have a lot to tell about my home because my current home is haunted, and my home back in when I was like 6, it's like
Yeah,
hella fucking
I've
haunted.
had some experiences with your one at home. I can vouch for that one. At fucking Cat's Party of all places.
Hmm?
at Kat's party of all places.
Oh yeah, at my house.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
And then the funny thing was like, I think it was like 5 minutes later after you were talking about it, something happened.
Really?
I don't know if you saw it or not.
What happened?
Should I tell it now or should we wait until the next stream?
Let's tell it now. Let's give him a little tease.
Little tease. Hello.
Ask my sister. We're streaming, Mia. So you just made yourself look like a tart. How does it make you feel? She doesn't care, folks. I just got slapped. Ow. She's abusing me, folks.
Okay, so go ahead and say your side and I'll tell you the rest.
So, her friend had a party at her house for her 21st. And I was in the kitchen. I don't remember exactly what I was doing.
Yeah, I was in the kitchen.
And out of nowhere, I heard a knocking
Hey,
sound.
be comfy, you know?
Alfredo bought for me. Goodwill.
So out of nowhere, I heard knocking coming from Connie's
It was
wall.
Yeah, it was by the window, kind of.
Yep.
Mm.
Scared the crap out of me.
You have cracks down Sandy.
Good.
That's pretty much what happened to me.
Okay, so 5 minutes later after that, I was cleaning up the kitchen here and there because we're starting to like tone down the party and then it's just the cleaning time.
Mm-hmm.
So before we started cleaning, the what was it called? There was a container inside the table underneath,
Mm-hmm.
and it just tipped over.
What?
Mm-hmm. It like literally just tipped over by itself.
That's fucking creepy. Ugh.
That was the second time that I had people over and something like poltergeist kind of shit just happened. Because the last incident was a hammer in the garage, and then now this
And we're down to
time,
one.
probably it's me. Birdie probably had to go. Oh well, it's fine.
Oh.
Look after it later. So, what it was
Oh no, we're back to two.
yeah. So back in my house currently, like a hammer just literally just fell, but that was when my family came over for the party. It just started happening around like I would have to say 10ish.
Yeah, that's about what time it happened.
It was either earlier because I know it gets dark earlier here, or so, but I just heard a wolf howl or a dog howling.
Just now?
Mhm.
That's fucking weird. I didn't hear shit.
I'm actually pretty sensitive to hearing when it comes to this stuff. So it was weird. I just heard like a howl.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, boss. Hello? Woof woof. Hello? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But that was creepy. And just give you a little tease that like, bloop,
Yeah,
everyone heard it. I'm surprised you didn't.
fucking creepy.
Mhm. I guess that's all the work related we have.
I think that's everything we have for the night.
Mhm. Well, it's been a short one, people. But
Yeah.
November is finally here.
Yeah, I hope everyone had a safe Halloween. Now we're on to Thanksgiving and Christmas carols. Fa la 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 la. Alright, everybody, have yourself a good night. Be good. Be good to everyone.
Be good.
Be good. Bye.